Hello, my name's Barry, and if you've been wondering about power tools, about battery power tools, and if they're right for you, well, I'll give you a bit of a rundown. Been working in the building industry on and off as permanent work or as part-time, and there's been a massive change in the industry. You'll see a lot of builders now don't have anything but battery operated power tools, and you'll wonder why. There's no cords to carry around. You don't have to worry about power being put on the site. You can build an entire house, no matter how big it is, without any electricity other than batteries. And they're not too, I mean, the torque on these things is unreal. And this is a rattle gun. And it's a young fella, he's about 12, he can use this to get the tyre off the car. So it doesn't twist that much in your hand. You have your normal drills. Either way, they're pretty strong. You've got a few models of, or whatever you'd like to call it, brands that you want to get. Makita's probably up there at the top. We've used, on the building industry, you don't see them using Ryobi too much, except for giving it to the apprentice, the same as AEG. They give them to the apprentices to use. But for using at home, it's great. If you want to go down in the brand levels, you have Milwaukee. Now, Milwaukee against an AEG or here Ryobi, you can tell the difference when you're using them. They're all the same size, but there's just a difference in there. Your batteries, for all of them, you can have a 5 amp hour battery. Now, while we're on the batteries, there's a big difference between using a 5 amp hour battery than using a 2.5. You can feel there's a lot more torque for running your drills, and especially for your circular saws. So your circular saw, you can see, you go to cut timber. If it's a hardwood, you'll know you have to put the 5 amp hour battery in it. Well, now they have bigger batteries, 6 and 9 amp hour batteries. And if you want to know the range, where you've got your little drop saw, you've got your, like I said, you've got your rattle gun, and one of these. These are just perfect for driving in your screws of any type. I have a screws here. Oh, it won't open. Your big timber screws, no troubles driving into pine or tree to pine. Wouldn't quite put them into hardwood though. You'll have a nightmare doing that. You have all your tech screws for doing roofing. Like you got your tech screws. All you need is a set of sockets like this, or these tips that go straight into the end of those big screws. And where we used to have only the drill to drive in tech screws, which could twist your wrist, it was a nightmare, you can use these for hours on end and not have to worry about getting a sore wrist. Best way for putting in all these tech screws in there. If you want to see them working, I'll do that for you in a minute. Now, to charge them all up, all you need is a little solar panel and a normal car battery. Just sit it out in the sun. Just have yourself an inverter. Just put that onto the battery when you need to charge these up. And of course, you got your recharging. Just plug it into your inverter and away you go. 600 watt inverter is more than enough to charge those. I wouldn't go any less than 600 watt. Now, you do have a big range in them. Like I said, you've even got your air compressors. Now, these will pump up a car tyre, no trouble. Throw the battery in and you turn them on, bit of a weight. They're not that noisy. You also have your you got water pumps. If you need water to wash down, they're a little bit noisy, and still has water in it. You also have your, on the work side, if you want a fan, you have your fans. Now they're pretty quiet. You can sleep at night with this fan on. You can also put them in water to have a misting spray. The only thing I find with the misting spray, you need the real fine mist because you end up getting pretty wet. You have your lights. Now this is the newer variety of light. That was the older variety of light. These ones here were better because you just tap the front. These ones here, I don't know why Ryobi changed it. You have to hit the side, and it's awkward to actually hold the whole thing to hit the side. And you have your spotlights for if you're up in the roof, in the ceiling of a building. I don't want to flash it towards you, but you can see how bright it is. And we also have, you got like your vacuum cleaners for cleaning up.